the
submarine
to the
to
Amazon.
the Amazon. You know, this movie has me thinking. You could even say that this movie has me theorizing again. Oh, Jesus, theorizing again, guys. Strap yourselves in, it's gonna be a long video. It might be. You see, back in the before times, Disney unveiled a trailer for a movie called The Jungle Cruise, which was based off of the Disneyland and Walt Disney World and Hong Kong Disneyland and Disneyland Paris attractions, starring Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt. And as of today, we were supposed to have seen this movie, but, you know, it got pushed to 2021, and here we all are wishing we've seen it by now. Or maybe it's just me. But I'm gonna tell you why it should be you. There are a number of us out there in the world who know that the Jungle Cruise is part of a giant combined story, not just with the other Jungle Cruises, but a lot of different Disney rides all over the world. Rides like the Haunted Mansion, Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room, the Tower of Terror at Tokyo Disney Sea, and yes, the place we all love to go get our Dole Whips, the place formerly known as Aladdin's Oasis, the Tropical Hideaway, which is fantastic. Highly recommend. If you're not aware, yes, I'm talking about the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, and if you don't know what that is, oh boy, do I have a couple videos to show you. Crash course here, though, they are a secret club of anthropologists, adventurers, explorers, and the like, who travel the world in search of strange and expensive, maybe even haunted and mystical artifacts, but also just to make memories and tell stories to other members of the society. Members include the Backside of Water's namesake, Dr. Albert Falls, his granddaughter Alberta Falls, Harrison Hightower, the owner of the Tower of Terror in Tokyo, whose brother just so happens to be Constance Hatchaway's fifth husband, Jock Lindsay, and Mary O'Shaneer, just to name a few of the members. There are more. There's references to these people all over the world in different Disney parks, but again, I've talked about that before. Today we're going to be talking about how this may or may not connect to the upcoming Jungle Cruise movie and more movies ahead of that. Let's start with the Jungle Cruise first, though. The story is of two adventurers, Frank and Lily, going searching for the Tree of Life hidden somewhere deep in the Amazon rainforest. Along the way, competing with other explorers who have their own nefarious reasons to find the Tree of Life. Now, we don't know at this point if the story revolving around the Jungle Navigation Company from the parks will be in the movie, but we do know The Rock's character Frank is a skipper, and if you look at this boat, it looks very similar to the Jungle Cruise boats you find in the park, which belong to the JNC, or Jungle Navigation Company. But if names like the JNC or Albert Falls are mentioned even just once somewhere in the movie somewhere, that's pretty much confirmation that the Society of Explorers and Adventurers is canon to the films as well as the theme parks. Come on guys, this is a theory video. You guys know I'm gonna get a little bit off the rails here. So whether or not the Jungle Cruise connects the films to the theme parks, that remains to be seen. But looking at Disney's release schedule of movies and what they're planning on releasing, it's beginning to look like we're going to see the formation of a Disney theme park cinematic universe. Well, you don't believe me? Go ahead and let's take a look at this. You guys remember Pirates of the Caribbean? No, not the ride I talk about in almost every video that I make. No, the film series that I don't talk about very often. Ever since At World's End came out, they've been releasing Pirates of the Caribbean movies sort of willy-nilly. You have On Stranger Tides in 2011, and then way later in 2017, you have Dead Men Tell No Tales. Originally, they were going to film Dead Men Tell No Tales and Pirates of the Caribbean 6 back to back, but eventually that fell through. But they are going to release Pirates 6 at some point. They're also developing a spin-off separate from the main continuity of Pirates of the Caribbean movies, with Margot Robbie attached to star in the movie, which is important. Think about very high-profile female pirates in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. That's right, there's one where my brain goes to immediately too. Now, I'm not saying Margot Robbie will be playing Red in the spin-off of Pirates of the Caribbean, but all I am saying is that if she was playing Red, that would be another way they could tie these movies in together. I mean, just think about it. Pirates of the Caribbean would probably be the earliest in the Society story, because most of their adventures take place in the 20th century, the early 20th century. While the golden age of piracy, I don't know why I had to say it like that, took place mostly in the 18th century. So how in a million years would we connect The Jungle Cruise, a movie that takes place in the early 1900s, to Pirates of the Caribbean, a movie that takes place in the early to mid 1700s? Well, what better way to fill in the gap between two movies than with another movie? And they have recently announced one that I'm very excited for. On August 28th of this year, 2020, it was announced that a brand new Haunted Mansion movie would be coming out. This one completely separate from the Eddie Murphy movie. But How do you connect Pirates of the Caribbean and the Haunted Mansion? I'm glad you asked. Go and watch my last video. I talk all about it there. Long story short though, you connect Pirates of the Caribbean to the Society of Explorers and Adventurers through the Haunted Mansion. Pirates of the Caribbean connects to the Haunted Mansion through John Lafitte. The Haunted Mansion connects to the Tower of Terror in Tokyo through Harrison Hightower, the actual owner of the tower. He's got a pretty fitting last name. Whose younger brother, George Hightower, was Constance Hatchaway's fifth husband. You keeping up with me here? I'm gonna go quick. Constance's brother-in-law, Harrison Hightower, was a member of the Society of Explorers and Adventurers, even if he was a little evil. And do you know who was one of Harrison Hightower's fellow peers in the society? That's right, the owner of the JNC, Albert Falls. And of course, by extension, his granddaughter, Alberta. So there you have it, everybody. Pirates of the Caribbean connects to the Haunted Mansion, which connects to the Tower of Terror, which connects back to the Jungle Cruise. And along with the addition of the Tropical Hideaway, the Jungle Cruise now connects to the Enchanted Tiki Room, an animatronics show which ends with all the birds singing a song from Snow White, which implies Walt Disney also exists in this shared universe and the Disney company as a whole. Okay, I think it's time to stop digging. You know what? No, actually, let's dig deeper here. So if the birds in the Tiki Room, which is canon to the Jungle Cruise, which is canon to the Tower of Terror, which is canon to the Haunted Mansion, which is canon to Pirates of the Caribbean, sing hi ho, it's off to work we go from Snow White, it implies the Disney company is real in this continuity, which implies I have seen a Disney movie in this continuity, which implies that we all live in this combined Disney cinematic universe. My channel, Offhand Disney is Real? Interesting. So, you're welcome, Disney. I've just tied together all the timelines to make everything that happens in this universe canon to this other universe you haven't even begun to show us yet. That's called a theory. But of course, everybody, remember that this theory is just that, a theory. Nothing I've said here today has been confirmed by Disney in any way, shape, or form. Although they could just send me a quick email to let me know if I'm onto anything here. I have here what looks to be a smoking gun regarding all of these Disney movies being connected. And that is one movie that Disney has recently, again, just announced. Also on August 28th, the same day they announced the new Haunted Mansion movie, The Hollywood Reporter came out and announced that John Whittington, the writer of the Lego Batman movie, amongst a bunch of other Lego movie-related projects, has been brought on by Disney to create an original adventure film that may contain characters from some of Disney's other movies. Now, some people are speculating that this might be a movie about the princesses from Wreck-It Ralph 2, where they're all kind of just in the same room and they're all coexisting. It's going to be sort of an adventure movie like that. But I think original movie implies that we won't see any Disney princesses or Avengers in this one. But calling it an original adventure movie intrigues me. Maybe it's an original Society of Explorers and Adventurers movie. Maybe. Is it a coincidence that Disney released this information to The Hollywood Reporter on the same day as they released the information that a new Haunted Mansion movie was going to be released? I don't think so. And that's me being serious. I really think that they have something planned for all of these movies to tie in with each other somehow. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Haunted Mansion, Jungle Cruise, and the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. How would you guys like to see these stories adapted for the big screen? Maybe an Albert Falls origin story, or something completely new and original building on the lore and the membership of the society. My theories are usually just kind of fun and silly, but I honestly think that I'm onto something here. Let me know if you kind of agree with me, or if you see what I'm saying. So on July 30th, 2021, the saga will truly begin when Jungle Cruise is released in theaters, and you bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna be there day one, front row, giddy with excitement. I just hope the movie's good, because all of this falls apart if the movie isn't good and they decide not to move forward with the combined universe. Please be good. And with that, my dear explorers, I must retire to my own study, where I must study the history of the Disney parks and see how they connect in other weird, convoluted ways. I hope to see you in the next video where I talk more about old British people invading the jungles of the Amazon. Either way, I think it's going to be a fun movie, and I can't wait to see what they do with the society in the future. Until that day comes, though, everybody, Congaloosh. And if you're on the inside, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna shut up now. Hello, and welcome to the end card, and thank you also for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video about my theory around how Disney is crafting this universe based on all these new movies coming out. I honestly think it'd just be fantastic to have this combined universe that isn't, superheroes, it's just something a little more grounded. I think it'd be really interesting. If you're interested in supporting the channel, head over to Patreon and become even just a $1 patron. We'll get access to early episodes, episode audio, and all bunch of different kind of perks. Go ahead and follow me over at Twitter at OffhandDisney, and a massive thank you to my good friend LMG Vids for supplying some of the footage used in this episode, like the Jungle Cruise and the Haunted Mansion. Go over, check out his channel. He's got lots of ride-through videos, Disney parks and otherwise. Aside from that, I feel like I've really covered all the bases here at the end of the video, so thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.